Are we live?
We're live.
I can't see nothing.
I know, it's sunny.
Alright, welcome back to another video. In today's video we're going to be talking about boats that... What are we doing? I don't know.
We're doing tours. So we have looked at a ton of boats, but we're not showing you all the boats. So we're going to show you two more today. Two more boats.
Okay.
Maybe we should stay in bed, pretend that everything's the same, just a little play pretend, right? We can cry when it's over. We can cry when it's over.
Today we're going to be talking about the last two boats that we took a look at. Your turn.
The last two boats that we looked at. So we looked at a lot. We're not showing you all of them, or we'd have like a video tour per week. But we are going to show you the last two that we're highly considering purchasing. Alright, so as a reminder, the main things that we're looking at, there's like quite a few, and they're not going to be perfect for you. So there's things that we may compromise on boats that you wouldn't compromise on, and vice versa.
So a couple things that we're looking for in a new boat. First off, our budget is $150,000 or less, so that's our max budget. So that rules out a lot of boats, especially any type of catamaran. So that rules out quite a few.
Probably maybe in charters. If we even upped our budget, we'd probably be stuck with a catamaran that was heavily chartered.
So that rules out a bunch of boats just with the budget alone. Also, we want something that's going to be manageable to either sail with the two of us or even single hand, so lines leading to the cockpit is going to be a huge plus. Also, that plus the budget is going to limit our size, and we also don't want to do a bunch of projects, so a bigger boat that's 50 to 60 feet long is going to be huge, which means it's going to be more maintenance, harder to single hand. To get something a little bit newer that we don't have to do a bunch of projects on, that's going to be that big of a boat, it's going to push it out of our budget.
Yeah, and we don't want to get too much boat. We want to find that happy medium. We don't want to feel like we're growing out of it, but we don't want to feel like we have so much extra space than we need. So the other things that we're looking at is just a really great galley setup, swim platform, 2 to 3 bedrooms, and just a really great space, like wraparound seating, just that we can sit and have dinner and just have either people over or have future kids. So just a great space, but not too big of a space. It's kind of the happy medium, but we also have to play within that $150,000 or less budget.
Well, and compromises have to be made.
Compromises have to be made, and the price has to be, you know, a consideration, because we don't have the money to have like a carbon fiber, like massive boat being like hand built just for us. So
An ultramar.
yeah, an ultramar. Yeah, some of those things it's not reality. So thank you guys for leaving all of your comments of what to look for in a boat. It's really helped us kind of narrow different things down. We are looking at two boats today, and that is the 38-foot Catalina and the 42-foot Catalina. So they're both Catalinas. We've had a lot of experience on Catalina sailboats, and we do really love what they offer. The first one is a 38-foot Catalina in San Francisco, and it is listed for $109,000.
So the 38-foot Catalina could be a little bit small, but because of the layout of a newer design, we're thinking that it's going to feel a lot bigger than our current boat, which is also 38 feet, but with a new layout with less storage, we're thinking that it might feel a little bit bigger. Some pros with the 38 foot is it has a fully enclosed covered cockpit that was recently redone in 2019. Also has the dinghy davits, which are new, and 2021 new rigging. It also has a feather prop that was installed in 2021 as well. Sails are from 2019.
They also did a few things such as like motor mounts, the exhaust elbow, and the water pump just in 2019 for the engine. So all in all, it does have a lot of updates. Although there were quite a few positives and it was recently updated and outfitted, there are some things that are a drawback for this boat. The engine is the brand Westerbeek, and it has 3,700 hours on it. That engine was something that we weren't really sure on because we've heard that it's harder to find parts for. Also, with the space, we lost a lot of living space to the massive bedroom. So for a 38-foot boat, the master bedroom is massive, which then causes the V-berth bedroom to be very, very small. It actually causes the bedrooms to be very disproportional, and then it causes the living space to be a bit smaller, and storage was also pretty minimal. There was storage under the couches, but it wasn't as convenient to get to. There were some tanks in different spots, and a lot of it would also be where you're taking cushions off and digging in a very large pit for gathering like whatever you're trying to grab. So not as convenient as say a drawer or a closet would be.
So the reason we even considered this 38 feet was a design. It would be designed better to optimize the 38 feet, where our boat now is 38 feet long, but the engine room takes up about at least 8 feet of that room, so we're only really living in about 30, and then with the design of it, it's built more for storage and just a little bit smaller. So we're hoping that with a more open layout, that's why we even considered the 38 foot to begin with. The 38 foot would be probably a little bit small, especially if we're thinking more long term into the 7 to 10 year range. So because of that, we're probably looking to find a boat that's around the 40 to 45 foot range.
Yeah, we felt like the 38 foot was a really great layout and it was very modern, and I don't even know if we mentioned it, it's actually from 2000. So the reason we kind of were drawn to it was a little bit smaller, but it was newer. However, it just felt a little bit crammed and felt like we would grow out of it. Like when we first walked into a local 38-foot Catalina here, it just felt a bit too tight, and it just felt like we would grow out of it.
We could definitely make it work for just the two of us.
Yeah.
But any type of guests or having people over or kids in the future definitely would grow out pretty quick.
That V-berth was so small, and then the master bedroom was great, which is probably out of all the boats we've looked at, that bed was like so big. It would have been so great. But the V-berth was really small, so guests and kids is tough. And the table did drop down, so you could turn that into a bed, but you don't really want to be doing that on a daily basis. So just felt like it wasn't the perfect fit. So we did actually nix this boat. So it was in our top 3 boats, but it did get the boot. It eventually got the boot. So that was the 38-foot sailboat, and a Catalina as well, and it was from 2000. So we also saw in San Francisco, there was for $110,000, so $1,000 more, there was a 42-foot Catalina from 1993. So if you watched our video last week, it's a 45-foot Beneteau is the other option from 1992. So this one is a little bit smaller and 1 year newer, but $30,000 cheaper. So we were really interested in seeing like what this one had to offer with being a little bit smaller, a little bit cheaper, but actually a year newer, and compared to the 38-foot boat.
So some of the pros with this Catalina 42 is obviously the size being 42 feet long obviously outweighs the 38. Also, we really enjoyed the layout. Some things that have been done to the boat are 2019 standing rigging was done. The running rigging was also done the same year. 2020 they cut a new jib for that self-tacking system, which we like because it would be easier to single hand. Also in 2013 there was a new mainsail. So we also like the Yanmar engine a little bit better than the Westerbeek as far as brand goes, and also lower hours. So it only has 1,400 hours on it, and it's a 50 horsepower Yanmar. So that we really enjoyed. It does have the folding prop too.
Some of the things that I like about this boat is that the Dodger and Bimini are new from 2020, and they have the stainless steel handles, and the top connects, so the Dodger and the Bimini connect, so it is really great with shade. And then inside it does have 3 bedrooms, which is just really, really great when you're thinking about having kids and guests over. One of them is a Pullman berth. However, the other bedrooms they're all like separate and private, and I felt like it was a really good setup if you want to have guests or if you want to have a couple kids. It has 2 heads. Now, one of the showers is separate, but it's not fully enclosed, so that was something that we did think was a drawback, but it wasn't quite a wet head, so it did still have 2 heads. It has autopilot and electronics from 2016. They have new hatches from 2016 installed, the anchors from 2021, and something that we truly do love about this boat is that it does have an in-boom furler, electric winches, and a self-tacking jib. So just a really great system that would be easy for single-handed sailing, but also all the lines go to the cockpit, so when you're in the shade it would just be a really great, beautiful, easy sailboat. One of the drawbacks is the kitchen, that it is an inline kitchen. I think the storage is really great in the kitchen, however it is straight, so it's not that U-shaped galley where when you're on offshore passages you can kind of nestle yourself in between the cabinets and you're kind of missing that element to it with an inline kitchen. Alright, so after looking at so many boats, we have obviously nixed that 38-foot Catalina, but we have 2 boats left in the running to become our next home, and that is the 1992 45-foot Beneteau that we posted last week, and then the 42-foot 1993 Catalina that we just showed you. So these are 2 really great options that we think would just really perfectly fit our family. So as a reminder, the 1993 42-foot Catalina is priced at $110,000, and the 1992 45-foot Beneteau is listed at $140,000. Sorry, I was trying to memorize all of the, like it with so many numbers. It's the feet, it's the years, and the prices.
I hear you.
But I got it all right, I'm pretty sure.
So let us know down in the comments below what boat you think would be the best fit, or if there's anything else that we've forgotten or that you would think is important, just let us know. We always read those comments.
We sure do. But seriously, it does truly help us if you comment, like this video, obviously subscribe, and just ring the bell even for post notifications. It helps us so much with the algorithm, and we all know that YouTube is kind of based on the algorithm, so we really appreciate it, and we will see you back here next week.